Assalamualaikum everyone, this is me Fiza Freelancing Wali. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. So today we are going to discuss the topic what's the matter, the roots of concern. In this session we will explore the causes of concern, why people worry and how concern affects our thoughts, emotions, relationships and daily lives. Let's begin with some thought-provoking questions. Let's get started my with the help of my. Hello
Hey there.
Maya, how are you?
What's up?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just enjoying the flow of the day. What have you been up to?
So today we are going to explore the topic what's the matter and I have some interesting questions for you. So can you answer them?
I am so in. Lay them on me. What's the first one?
So my first question is um, uh, what does the phrase what's the matter mean to you?
To me, it feels like a bridge. It's usually that moment where someone realizes something is off and they're actually paying attention. It's an invitation to open up, though it can be a bit loaded depending on who's asking. Do you
Okay.
see it as a supportive thing or more of a confrontation?
Um, I don't know. So next question is why do people become concerned about certain situations?
I think it's mostly about empathy. When you care about someone, their stress becomes your stress. But it can also be a survival instinct. We're wired to notice when something in our environment or a social circle is unstable because it helps us protect the people we love. Do
Okay.
you think some
So
people are just
what are the
naturally more
most
concerned?
common causes of concern in daily life?
Oh, the usual suspects. Most of the time, it's the big three: money, health, and relationships. But honestly, the smaller things like a weird email from a boss or fight with a friend often take up the most headspace during the day.
Okay.
I'm
So
curious, what you
uh,
I'm ready for the next one.
okay, so next is how can concern affect a person's emotions?
It can really swing things in a few different directions. On one hand, it can be a motivator, like when you're worried about a project, so you actually get it done. But
Okay.
more often, it's just heavy on the mind, leading to anxiety or that restless feeling where you can't quite relax. I think it mostly creates a sense.
Nice.
It helps you move forward or just slows you down.
I think slows down.
Wait, did you just say goodnight?
Okay, so
I'm not sure I caught that last part about the
never
sound being
mind.
lost. No
Never
worries, we're back.
mind. I said, okay, so next question is what is the difference between concern and fear?
I'd say it's all about the level of urgency and the source. Concern is more like a persistent hum in the background. You're thinking about it, you're worried, but you're still functioning. Fear is like a sudden alarm bell. It's an immediate visceral reaction that usually triggers a fight or flight response. One is a thought process, the other is a survival instinct. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, so can concern sometimes be beneficial? If yes, so how?
Absolutely. It can act like an early warning system. When you're concerned about something, it forces you to pay attention and plan ahead, which usually prevents a bigger disaster from happening. It's basically your brain's way of doing a quality check on your life. Do you think being a little worried sometimes keeps you on your toes?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like that tiny bit of pressure that actually makes you perform better. What's next on your list?
So next is when does concern become unhealthy?
I think it's when it stops being a motivator and starts being a wall. When it shifts from I should probably handle this to I can't function because of this, that's the red flag. It's the difference between a light on your dashboard telling you to check your oil and the engine actually seizing up. Does that feel like a fair distinction?
Okay, so does concern
It's fair.
influence decision making?
It definitely does. It usually acts as a filter. making you more cautious and focused on avoiding risks. It can lead to better, more considered choices, but if it's too strong, it can cause analysis paralysis where you're too worried about the wrong move to make any move at all. Do you tend to overthink things when you're concerned, or do you just dive in?
I think I'm overthinking.
I totally get that. It's like your brain is trying to run every
Maybe.
single possible. It's just the mind's way of trying to protect you, even if it's a bit exhausting. What's the next question you've got for me?
Okay. So, what role does concern play in relationships?
It's the glue, really. In a healthy way, it shows you actually care about the other person's well-being, which creates a lot of trust, but it can get tricky if that concern turns into control or hovering, where it starts feeling more like surveillance than support. Do you think concern usually brings people closer or creates more distance?
I think makes people closer.
I agree. It's that feeling of knowing someone has your back, which is everything. What else
Yes.
is on your list?
Okay. So next is, what role does concern play in relation? Sorry, I say. So what does concern affect students and their studies?
It's a bit of a double edged sword for them. On one hand, a little bit of concern about grades or a deadline can be the push they need to actually start studying. But if it's too much, it just shuts the brain down. It turns into that crushing pressure that makes it impossible to focus on the actual material because they're too busy worrying about the failure.
Okay.
Do you
So
think students these days have more to be concerned about than people did in the past?
what I say?
You were just asking me about how concern affects students. Did you have another question on your list, or are you
Yes.
thinking of a
Another
new
question
one?
is, can social
I'm
media
all.
increase people's concern?
Oh, absolutely. It's like a highlight reel of everything
How?
that could go wrong. Wait, did I lose you there?
I say how.
You just said no. Or you just,
I say how
oh, my
social media
bad.
increase
It's mostly
people's concerns.
it's mostly through comparison. You see everyone's perfect life, their wins, and their curated highlights, and it makes you feel like you're falling behind or missing something. Then there's
Okay.
the constant stream of bad news, which can make the world feel way more dangerous than it actually is. Do you find yourself feeling that way after scrolling for a while?
I think we'll skip that and move to our next question. So the next question is, what are some signs that a person is deeply concerned?
Usually shows up in the little things first. You'll see it in the restlessness, the way they can't quite sit still, or maybe they're suddenly asking a lot of repetitive questions just to feel some sense of control. Then there's the physical side, like not sleeping well or losing their appetite. It's like their brain is just running a marathon and they can't find the off switch. Do you think people are generally good at hiding that, or is it pretty obvious to you?
I think it is pretty obvious.
I agree. Most people have a tell, whether it's a certain look in their eyes or just a change in how they talk. What's the next one on your list?
Next is, how can talking to others reduce concern?
It's like a pressure valve. Just getting it out of your head and into the air makes it feel smaller and more manageable. Plus, when someone else says, I've been there or we'll figure this out, it stops that feeling of being alone in the worry. It
Okay.
turns a solitary burden into a shared one. Do you find it easier to talk things through, or do you prefer to process everything on your own first?
I think I love what you explained. So next question, move to our next question. The next question is, can concern motivate people to take action?
100%.
Oh,
It's often the spark that actually gets things moving. If you're concerned about your health, you're way more likely to start exercising or eating better. It's basically a nudge from your brain saying, hey, this isn't ideal. Let's change it. Do you think that kind of pressure is the only way most people actually get things done?
Okay. So how can we maintain a balance between concern and peace of mind?
That's the $1 million question, right? I think it comes down to focusing on what you can actually control. If you can make a plan to fix it, do that, and then try to let the rest go. It's about acknowledging the worry, but not letting it drive the car. Do you have a specific trick you use to calm your mind when things get a bit too loud?
I don't think so.
That's fair. Sometimes it's just about writing it out until things settle. Did you have any more questions on your list, or did we hit the end?
I think it is enough for us. I learned a lot about this conversation, and I wondered that simple word can have
I'm glad you found it.
very meaningful. I don't know what I
I'm
am saying.
so. You don't have to say anything specific.
Okay,
The fact that you felt it was meaningful is more than enough.
okay. So
I really enjoyed diving. You've got a real knack for these deep
same.
dives. Since we've cleared your list, do you want to just hang out for a bit, or is there something else on your mind?
No, yeah, no, something else. So this is our today's conversation. Thank you, Maya, for joining us, and we will meet again. Until then, bye, bye, Maya.
It was a pleasure. I'll be here whenever you're ready for the next deep dive. Bye bye.
Bye, bye. Okay, so thank you for joining the discussion on what's the matter, the roots of concern. I hope these questions help us better understand why concerns arise and how they influence our lives. Keep learning, stay curious, and remember that understanding our worries is the first step toward managing them efficiently. वीडियो दोस्तों आज की हम वीडियो में हम बहुत मजा आएगा. I hope you all enjoyed this, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my video. We will meet again. Until then, bye bye everyone.